What's up, guys? Welcome back. I want to put out the video with the lowest tech auto farming fleet that I can get out there. This is fully researchable tech, and this is what you're going to use to hit the level 20 cargo fleets. This is bare minimum that you have, and it can be improved. These Genesis cruisers that you have three of them in the front, they have the Deflector Shield 2, the Disruptor Ray 3, and Focus Optics 1, just to give them that little bit more range. If you have it, put rear thrusters on there, get them in there a little bit quicker, and this is just a starting build. For the next, you got three longbow destroyers. These have Plasteel 3 and Hex Missile 1s. Sorry about the Hex Missiles, but you can't hit the level 20 cargo fleets with non-mark upgraded ships and anything really lower than them. You need the range on these. I tried 1,000 times with scatter missiles, and there's just no way that you can do it. But you can get away with the Hex Missile 1s. This fleet is going to be able to hit level 20 cargoes at about 4 and 5. 4 successes out of 5 hits, so you will wipe out the fleet every once in a while, but it's a real cheap repair, it's an instant repair, and you're gonna just have those until you can get some mark upgrades or get some Hex Missiles 2 in there. So this is same fleet, just up against level 20 Vega cargo fleet. The Genesis cruisers rush in there and should be soaking up the damage and taking all that fire from the pretty much everything else in the fleet is using projectile damage except for the battleship, which is all Hex missiles coming off of it, and they are brutal when it comes to pretty much everything else in this fleet. And this is kind of working out perfectly how this fleet operates. The cruisers rush in there. Since they're moving so fast, they are able to draw most of the fire for those projectiles. The destroyers are sitting in the back and just firing off those Hex missiles. And there you go. We got a win from a level 20 cargo fleet on this. And like I said, you will have some losses. You will get more wins than losses with this fleet by a pretty good margin. Like I said, it's about 4 out of every 5 fights will be a win. Once you get it back, you just start double clicking ships, taking them out to get that repair time down to under the 5 minutes for the free repair, then just start adding them back. The only real layout tactic with this fleet is that the Genesis cruisers all have to be up front so they can rush in there and draw that fire. And this will just let you keep going and hitting them. You should have a couple of these fleets, 3 to 4 of them, so you can go out and actually get a lot of cargoes done. The whole reason that you're farming these level 20 cargoes is they are the lowest fleet that starts dropping blueprint pieces. I have all of these because I farmed them immensely, but these are all pieces you'll get. They're in a tiered system, so the first 3 will be available, and you'll have to get 2 of those, and then the next 3 will become available, and you have to get at least 2 of those to keep moving up, and all the way you'll get all of these. There's 2 important things here. The first one are these Hydra missiles. They are going to be the key for the next auto farm fleets, and they will carry you throughout a lot of this. The next one is the Gladius Driver 1. That is when the auto farm fleets start getting into the level 30 auto farm fleet. That is the absolute weapon that you're going to need to get away from all of this possible lost fleets. So build yourself a couple of these auto farm fleets here with the Genesis cruisers and longbow destroyers. The longbow destroyers and the Genesis cruisers will have much other uses later to hit some other fleets and to play with and whatnot, but what you're really going to want to keep moving towards is building ranker battleships. So first things first, build this fleet, build a couple of them, get to the Hex missiles. After the Hex missile 1, start trying to get to that Hex Missile 2 and that Hex Missile 3. If you can quick Hex Missile 2s on this fleet, you'll win every time. And you'll still have that same auto repair and whatnot. Once you are hitting those Hex Missile 3s on there, and you're continuing to hit these cargoes, then we can start moving up from there. But once you get the Hydra missiles, you're gonna want to start putting the Hydra missiles on ranker battleships. So start hitting these fleets, get to that Hydra missile 1, then while you're doing that, just start cranking out blank ranker battleships. For the ranker battleships, if you want to load something up, it really doesn't help. What these are kind of the epitome of auto farm fleets that I have here. They have the Metaphase Shield 1, 4 Gladius Driver 1s, the Iridium Magnets 2, I believe, and Fusion Thrusters, or the Strafe Thrusters 3, and 1 Plasteel Armor. You can go ahead and build them and put the 1 Plasteel Armor on them, but leave no weapons on them, and we'll come back to weapons in the future, and that'll be one of those things that we'll just load in once we get the Hydra missiles. Once we have the Hydra missiles, we're going to go ahead and take all those off and put the Gladius drivers on once we get those. And once we get the Metaphase Shield 1, you'll take off whatever shield we have on those and put on the Metaphase Shield 1, and it'll be a universal fantastic fleet that'll just do a ton of damage. But it all starts with getting those Hydra Missile 1 blueprints from the level 20 and that Gladius Driver Blueprint 1 from that level 20 to 25 cargo fleets. And this fleet will let you hit those repeatedly, non-stop. Build 3, 4, 5 of them, however many you want to keep going. Sit on this planetary screen, spam the tag, warp one out, hit it, spam it, get the next one, warp one out, hit it, and just keep going from there. And that'll just get you the blueprints the fastest way possible. The blueprints are going to be about 1 in every 25 to 40 attacks. You'll get 1 piece, and many blueprints are 4 to 6 pieces. So you'll have to hit these a lot. That's why you really want to get a bunch of these fleets. And again, all the while you're doing that, just start building these mass ranker battleships, because you're going to need a lot of those, because you're going to want 6 or 7 or 5 or 6 fleets of those as well. And I have plenty of them. I mean, just that's the vast majority of ships that I end up having, like 40 of these ranker battleships. And they're all the same auto farm, except for a couple that I was playing with. They're all exactly the same, because they just work so great for anything but the major events. Even for the big major events, they work great. These things will hit those level 27 fleets every day and get you the points for the events. They cannot touch anything alien. They can hit Vega cargo up to 30, and they can hit tier 2 material fleets. But again, you have to start off with those level 20 cargo fleets and get those Hydra missile blueprints. I'm rebuilding a Hydra missile fleet, because I had a Hydra missile fleet. I got the Gladius drivers. We took all of those Hydra missiles off, put the Gladius drivers on, because it is a step up by far. So get those Hydra missile 1s. Check back here. I'll have that next video up, and that'll show you how to get those fleets at 100% success rate with the same Insta repair. Thanks for watching. If you like what we're doing, like, subscribe. There's a Patreon link below. We're going to keep putting out these videos and have a lot more stats, but my goal is to get you guys from day 1 to mid-game as quick as possible. Basically just following my footsteps as quick as you can get from these, and you can see the ship layout here. All of these are from event prize boxes. Everything above Rebel basically is from event prize boxes, except for a couple of the Venom battleships I built. And you'll be able to get the new tier 6 Punisher stuff pretty easily with some of these Insta fleets if you just work at it and you have enough of them. So get the Hydra Missile 1, check back here for the next video. I'll probably be making that next week or two, and that should give most of you guys time to get that Hydra Missile blueprint. Any feedback you have, leave it below. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Later.